The most adventurous day of the trip so far came on Thursday, when we went down to Jesselton Point and booked an island hopping ride to Gaya, Sapi and Manukan Islands. The forecast wasn't great, but we still had quite a few things we wanted to do, and there wasn't much choice but to head off and hope for the best. The cost was quite reasonable, and the transfer between the three islands was 100 ringgit for two people, and a 25 ringgit island entry charge when you land on the first island. We left Jesselton around 9:30 am, and the ride across was only about 15 minutes. There were patches of rougher water, but in general it wasn't too bad. We're out visiting the islands today. We're going out to Gaya, Sapi and Manukan. This is Gaya behind me. Not a great deal to do here. There's a restaurant and some tracks who can stay here. There looks like there's some camping facilities for overnight. Gaya Island is actually quite large. There's a floating village at the landward end, and there are some resorts scattered along the coast. The section we were taken to was at the far end, and there didn't seem to be much there but the beach and the restaurant. Our boat should be coming in fairly soon. We're not here for very long, not a lot to do today. Unfortunately we're here in monsoon season, so a bit wet and rainy, and the water is pretty cloudy, so I don't think we'll be doing any snorkeling on this trip. The showers continued as we did the short hop to Sapi Island. Sapi is in fact just next to Gaya, and for the adventurous there's a zip line between the two islands. Sapi, unfortunately, turned out to be a complete waste of time for us. It was dirty, completely overcrowded, and had no decent restaurant and no nice place to sit, while the showers just kept coming. If I was going to the islands again, I'd give Sapi a big miss. The boat picked us up around 1 PM, and we were very glad to get away from that island. As you can probably hear from the rain, we're not having a particularly good time on the island hopping tour. Absolutely pouring down, got drenched on the boat on the way over here from Sapi. Anybody thinking about going to Sapi, forget it, it's an absolute dump, and that's being kind to the place. The first island we went to, Gaya, wasn't too bad, quiet, decent little restaurant there to sit. Sapi is just completely overcrowded. No decent restaurant to speak of, tiny little area to walk around. Now we're on Manukan. This is a real tourist joint. Expect to pay extortionate tourist prices here. At least they do have decent restaurants and you can sit in comfort while you wait for the boat. It's going to be a pretty unpleasant ride home, I think. Looking at that out there, it's steadily getting worse. So by the time we get back, we're going to be absolutely saturated. The main thing I want to do is keep this particular camera dry. Unfortunately, the weather really sort of clouded our view of the island trip, but still I really wouldn't bother going to Sapi if I was to go out there again. If I wanted a nice quiet time and didn't want to do much, then I guess Gaya is a good choice. But the pick of the 3 islands that we went to is definitely Manukan. Yes, the restaurants and that are a bit expensive out there, but in general the island was very nice. The beaches looked beautiful. It was just sad that virtually the whole time we were there it poured with rain, and it only decided to clear up as we were leaving. But that's just the way things are sometimes. You've got to put up with that. At least we got out to the islands and we got to see them on this trip, which was one of the things we really wanted to do.